Hello and welcome back to Broken Token Network. Today I'm going to be doing an overview of Xbox One's E3 press conference that happened today on June 11th, 2017. So today there's really two big things that they did, right? They announced the Xbox Scorpio, which is now called the Xbox One X. Not only that, it will be launching this November 7th, 2017 at $499, basically $500. They did it, they did the specs they needed to hit with the price they needed to hit. $500 is a decent price for that console, in my opinion. It is also the smallest Xbox One, and how do they do that? Well, they have a vapor chamber cooler on the processor. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. It just means it has a really good cooling system, so you don't have to worry about overheating, and it's still very, very, very small. It does 4K gaming, true native 4K gaming, 30 to 60 frames a second, and has a Blu-ray player, obviously. Now, the other thing that they needed to hit on was games. No one cares about this super high-end console if there's no games to play on it. I mean, look at the Wii U. Why did it do bad? It wasn't so much due to the hardware as it was due to having no support, especially no third-party support. And if you look at Xbox's, game lineup for this year, prior to today, it was pretty sparse, especially when you compared it to Sony, who had, this amazing game library coming up this year. Well, they changed all that today. They announced 42 games, 22 of them being exclusives. Now, they're using that word a little strangely because a lot of these games are also coming out on Windows 10, or they are launch exclusives, which I'm taking to mean a timed exclusive. So, other consoles and other platforms will get them later on, but at least at the launch, they're going to get them. That's a lot, though. 42 total, 22 exclusives. That's what they needed to do. Now they gave people a reason to buy it to play these new games. And they really did give you a little bit of everything. For a while there, Xbox was kind of known for its shooters, right? And now they really do have everything. If you were able to watch that press conference or at least catch some footage of the games, they had games that were RPGs, games that were fighters, games that were shooters, games that were more explorative, games that were survival, zombie games, futuristic games, apocalyptic games, indie games, all different kinds of games for any type of player, including Jrpgs too, and even like a Dragon Ball Z game. That was really cool to see. So some of the big games they announced are like Assassin's Creed Origins. This is going to be a new Assassin's Creed game. It's going to come out October 27th, 2017, and will feature obviously an Egyptian setting, and it has more of an RPG-like play to it and has a lot more customization, and the combat is a bit more like Dark Souls. It looked really cool. I'm not even into Assassin's Creed, but I do want to look into this game, and I'll probably end up playing it. The first game they showed was Forza 7 running at 4K at 60 frames a second. This game looked beautiful. It ran very smoothly, and it's going to feature over 700 cars and launch on October 3rd. That's huge. That's really huge. That's a lot more cars than Forza 6. And hey, if you love cars, this might be the game for you to pick up. They also showed gameplay and more information on BioWare's new IP. And if you don't know, BioWare makes the Mass Effect series. They showed this game. It's a co-op shooter with like mech exoskeletons, and you can play with your friends. It's cooperative, right? And so you explore this alien world, and apparently there's a really cool story, but we'll hear more about that later on. It comes out in 2018. They also talked about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. If you don't know what that game is, you will soon. It comes out in late 2017, and it's going to be an exclusive to Xbox. This is a really, really big game on PC. It has over 3 million players on PC currently, and it's one of those kind of arena style, a whole bunch of people load into a map, and last one to survive wins. They announced Minecraft getting a 4K graphics update. That's really cool. So you can play your Minecraft at 4K. I think they also announced like cross-platform support, so you can play on your console with people on the PC, with people on the Nintendo Switch, and on tablets and all that other stuff. So that looked really cool. Another game they talked about was Sea of Thieves. This was a pirate game that had a really cool aesthetic to it, like kind of cartoony but really nice. It was really good to look at. That's coming out in early 2018. It looked like maybe an MMO or like a cooperative game with your friends, and you basically are a pirate with a pirate ship, and you explore the ocean, you explore islands, you go searching for treasure with treasure maps, you fight storms and fight other pirates. It's kind of cool, and you can sell and trade and all that other stuff. And I'm sure we'll learn more about that later. They also talked about Metro Exodus, which is a post-apocalyptic game coming out in 2018 for Windows and Xbox. Shadow of War, they gave a demo of, and showed off some features. It showed off additions to the Nemesis system, and the ability to build an army and fortresses in this game. And this game I think is coming out in October also of 2017. And like I said, they had other games too, kind of like RPG games, Jrpgs, really awesome. A lot of indie titles, and even like a DBZ game, a Dragon Ball Z game, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, coming in early 2018, which I'm really excited for. It's that's my kind of game, and they're going back to the 2D or 2.5D fighting style instead of this crazy 3D fighting style. So yeah, there you have it. That's basically it. The big news is 22 exclusives, whether they be shared between Windows and Xbox or launch exclusives. 42 new games coming out in the next year, and Xbox One X, smallest Xbox One, $500, 4K gaming, 30 to 60 frames a second. It's going to stay nice and cool, and will be coming out this November 7th, 2017. So be sure to check it out. And one game I did miss was Crackdown 3 was announced, also coming out on November 7th. It had a really cool trailer with Terry Crews, so go check that out if you didn't get to see that one yet. So I'll catch you next time, guys. See you later.
It's fucking fire.